I'm testifying today to ask the Council to end the grant to the Maryland Israel Development Center. In times of dire financial uncertainty, particularly in housing, schools, and all of our vulnerable communities like we've heard today, it's important that we reevaluate our priorities and make sure our investments and our budget do indeed benefit the well-being of the community as a whole. And I do not believe that MIDC is a beneficial investment.
In general, I'm not happy with any of my tax dollars, state, federal, or county, going to weapons manufacturers. I believe that the profit motive applied to companies that create technologies of death, destruction, and subjugation drives more and more of those things. Death, destruction, and subjugation.
Why has this council selected one nation, Israel, to receive public funds, the exact amount seems to be a secret, for Israel's military industries and indeed Israel state war agencies?
Two of them, Raphael and Elta, aren't even private businesses. They are part of the Israeli government itself.
Someone raised in the Jewish faith, I want to let the council know that seeing my tax dollars go toward continued atrocities runs entirely counter to the values I was taught as a child.
I have been a Democrat my entire life because I view the party as the party of underdogs. And there is no greater underdog on this planet than the Palestinians, particularly the Palestinians of Gaza.
And two, the companies receiving the support are, of course, based in Israel, a country that was cited by the International Court of Justice for plausibly committing acts amounting to genocide under the Genocide Convention.
Every 5th through 12th grader in Gaza has lived through 5 bombings since 2008. Their entire childhood has taken place inside an open-air prison, 1/4 the size of Montgomery County.
In the past 24 hours alone, 58 Palestinians have been killed.
Montgomery County is now implicated in war crimes. In October 2024, Israel dropped bunker-busting bombs on multi-story residential apartment buildings in Beirut.
It was a Raphael-guided bomb that hit and collapsed a 6-story apartment building in southern Lebanon last fall, killing at least 73 people, including 23 children and 19 women.
These bombs made in the United States contain the SPICE GPS guidance system, which is built by Raphael, a company that is an agency of the Israeli government. Raphael came into Bethesda, Maryland through the support of MIDC.
Advances in military technology are advances in the use of force to coerce, injure, and kill people.
It's most important to acknowledge that the Israeli defense industry is centered around quote-unquote testing its weapons in Palestine. In the 2013 Israeli documentary, The Lab, Israeli Minister of Trade General Benjamin Ben-Elazar says that there is demand for Israeli weapons because, quote-unquote, if Israel sells weapons, they've been tested. What this means is that Palestinians, since 2023, since 2021, since 2014, since the 1980s, and really since 1948, have been subject to constant surveillance, invasions, bombings, tanks, walls, and other inhumane and internationally illegal methods of occupation that these companies facilitate.
I think it's very, very morally dubious. And in addition, I find it very suspicious that the support for this center can't be part of the regular budget and is slipped in sort of at the last minute.
While our county quietly and without protest gives the MIDC funds to bring these merchants of death into Maryland, many Marylanders are doing everything they can to stop the genocide. Senator Van Hollen and Congressman Raskin have voted against military aid to Israel. 8 towns in Prince George's County have passed ceasefire resolutions. Don't let our county be known as paving the way for more bloodshed.
I would ask the council to think about what they would ask of the world if bombs and missiles were detonating in Montgomery County day and night for a year and a half. What would you demand from the world if it was your parents, friends, siblings, children, and your community who had to run from explosions, rebuild their houses, and bury their community members every day? The bare minimum you might ask is that communities around the world say no to the companies and people facilitating the production of this weaponry.
I don't know what could be more immoral than spending our taxpayer money on weapons of mass destruction against poor folks who are imprisoned in a tiny area.
Zionism, in the words of a proud Israel patriot, Zev Jabotinsky, a settler colonial adventure that worships guns. It is a death cult. Step away from death and choose life.
And at the end of the day, no matter how essential something might seem to business or reputation, if the cost is that hundreds of children are dying for it, it is not essential.
Although some may claim that the Development Center brings jobs to the county, I would ask at what cost? Is bringing a few more jobs and presumably a bit more tax revenue to the county worth becoming a partner with a country actively committing genocide against the Palestinian people?
Budgets are moral documents. I ask this county council to act morally.
Take a stand. Give the Maryland Israeli Development Center $0.